What was a loophole that you found and exploited the hell out of? Please subscribe. I used to play a lot of backgammon in Yahoo games, and some people were real jerks when losing. Most commonly they'd stall the game by taking the maximum 5 minutes per move, hoping I'd resign. I learned a way to boot these people off Yahoo for as long as I wanted by trying to log into their account. When I used the wrong password 10 times, the account was locked for 24 hours. They couldn't log in again until I chose to allow it. Years ago, when online poker was a thing in the US, there were sites that let you look at statistics on other players. They'd give you like one free look, but I realized you could just manually change the player's name in the link and get unlimited free statistics from them. I used it a lot to see if someone was a good player or not before sitting down at tables with $20 plus buy-ins. Back in college, we found a loophole with coupons at Kroger for General Mills cereal. If you bought 4 boxes of cereal, each box was $1. But if you did the self-checkout, you would be printed out a coupon for $4 off your next purchase. We used the loophole to buy about 300 boxes of cereal. We only spent $12 on all of it. We would have spent less, but we had to go to another Kroger once the manager got wind of us. We kept around 20 boxes for ourselves and donated the rest to the local food bank. They were so excited when we showed up with 3 vehicles full of cereal. Totally worth the $12 and all the time it took. When vending machines first started accepting credit cards, you could swipe your card, select a drink, and when the little drink pot starts moving to collect your drink, hit cancel. The cancel button would stop the card transaction but not the machine, so you could get free drinks. Was a sad day when it stopped working. My vehicle has a 16.5 gallon tank. Gas costs $3.14 per gallon. Each packet of drink mix costs $0.10. Every packet of drink mix I buy will save me $0.33 at the pump. I will need 157 packets of drink mix to get free gas. This will save me $36.11. I should do this. So, I count out 157 little individual packets of drink mix, all kinds of flavors, and go to the checkout. I try to save the guy some time by telling him how many there are in each flavor, but the manager had walked by and stopped to see what was going on with the generic Kool-Aid. So, the poor guy has to scan every single one. The manager makes an awkward joke about the amount of drink mix I'm buying, but when I pull out my fuel card, my ploy becomes clear. The cashier reads off my new fuel discount and I'm on my way to the gas station, where I proudly fuel up my vehicle. I still had to pay $0.16. They wouldn't let you reduce the price all the way to $0. I took all the generic drink mix and donated it to the local food pantry because I hate Kool-Aid. Not truly a loophole, but I got a flyer in the mail one day from a pizza joint advertising $5 large pizzas on certain days of the week with a code that was valid for another month. I'm still using the code to this day, 3 years later. It's only worked at the local branch so far, but I've been riding that gravy train as hard as possible. Around 5 years ago, I used to work as a sales rep at a cell phone booth. Every new smartphone that would be released, the wireless provider would usually send us a demo unit of that phone with a demo line. The demo line would have unlimited talk, text, and data but would deactivate after 2 to 3 months. This was so we could show customers how the phone works with all of its features. One time we got a demo line that didn't expire after the 2 to 3 months. So my manager at the time told me to use it as my work line. I didn't want to carry 2 cell phones, so I cancelled my personal line and used my work line as my personal too. Fast forward 1 year later, my manager is transferred to another store and we get a new manager. New manager has no idea about my work/personal line. I left the company 6 months later with my demo line, and to this day I still use this demo line. Have not had a cell phone bill for over 5 years and counting. TL Doctor got a cell phone line that I have been using for free for over 5 years. Edit. Just to clarify on a couple of questions that come up a lot. I can upgrade the phone whenever I want, but I have to buy new phones for cash rather than worry about contracts. The talk and text works fine in the US, but I am limited to 1 GB of data per month. The line does not seem to work internationally, but I usually use Wi-Fi anyways. Edit. Just to clarify on a couple of questions that come up a lot. I can upgrade the phone whenever I want, but I have to buy new phones for cash rather than worry about contracts. The talk and text works fine in the US, but I am limited to 1 GB of data per month. The line does not seem to work internationally, but I usually use Wi-Fi anyways. I decided to try a different approach. I called my old store I used to work at, pretending to be a customer. I asked for my old manager, but I was told there was a new manager and I got his full name. I called my carrier, remembering the protocol from my working days, pretending to be the new store manager, and I gave them our authorization code, which I luckily still remembered. Told them one of our demo lines was on the fritz and needed to transfer onto a new SIM. They asked for the phone number of the demo line. I give them the number and they say it's some special line that I have to contact some special department for. They transfer me to special department. I tell special department dude about the situation, and he's like he can definitely do the transfer, but only through email requests. So I have to send him an email request of the transfer through our store email. Screwed. Another dead end. So maybe the magical phone line is gone forever. Looks like I have to pay for a phone line like the rest of you peasants. But then I had a magical flashback to 5 to 6 years ago when I used to work at the wireless store. My then manager asked me to create a store email for our team to use for whatever use. I couldn't remember the password of that email, but I did remember I just made a regular Gmail account. So I made a new Gmail account for my old store and mailed the special department my phone line transfer request onto a new SIM card under the guise of that store's new manager. The line was transferred within 2 hours and I got my magical phone line back. By accident I found a gumball machine. If you turned the dial really slow it would drop the gumball. Then you could dial it back just enough so the next gumball would drop into the tumbler bits. Then slowly dial forward again until it drops, etc. Got about 20 of them and stopped when I realized that I really didn't want to chew that much cheap gum. Back when you could win a free Coke under the bottle cap, I spotted a pattern where the caps that I won had a logo on the top that looked faded, whereas the losers all looked pristine. For 2 weeks, every day after school I'd stop at the UDF and exchange yesterday's cap for a new Coke. A few years ago, there was a promotional sample of cat food. The bag cost $3 and it had a $3 coupon inside it. The coupon did not have a weight limit on it, so I bought a big plastic bin, put it in my trunk, and for an hour went in and out of the store filling that plastic bin, one $3 bag of cat food at a time, cashing in the $3 coupon the previous bag gave me. I'm pretty sure I only saved like $20, but as the saying goes, $20 is one less blowjob I have to give for $20. When I was younger, 12 to 13, I had one of those stupid timers on the computer that would only let me use the computer 2 hours a day before I got kicked. Found out that if you minimize the screen alerting you that you have ran out of time, you never run out of time. Best summer ever. This past semester, I needed to take a biology class with a lab to graduate. I was told that it was one of the easiest classes at my school to take, but as a lit type, I didn't agree much. It was so much information all at once, and I found it really boring, so I didn't do so well on the tests or assignments. I got Cs and Ds even on the final, which I stayed up all night to study for. We also had a class blog. There were about 120 of us, and we each had to write 3 posts per semester on anything biology related. I didn't do well in the lab section, either. I failed the multiple choice test and the practical, and I assumed I was fucked. However, the professor said that if we made comments on our pairs' blog posts and turned in worksheets to show what edits we made, when and on what topic, we could get 5 extra points per edit. Most kids did 2 or 3. I did 97. Got 10 for the semester. So I wanted to get cheap coffee filters online, as I knew I was going to need them for the foreseeable future and wanted to get a better price on them. So I found a site that had them at half price, $1.95 for 100 filters, usually $3.99 at the store, what I was paying at the store, and put them in my cart. When I went to check out, it asked me if I wanted to set up an automatic delivery to have them shipped every 2 weeks and they would reduce the price. I said sure, why not? After all, they were the cheapest I had found, and getting them every week would mean I didn't have to keep ordering them. So it brought the price down by like $1 for 100 filters. I was thrilled. Then it asked me if I wanted to join the Coffee Savers program for more discounts. I said sure. So after joining the Savers program, it brought the price down to $0. I was stunned. I still had to add my credit card, but I was never charged. So for 2 years I got 100 filters delivered to my door for free. Never got charged, not once. One day though, I got a notice that said they were going out of business and my free filters would end. I was sad. But the stockpile I amassed them lasted me about 2 years, and recently in the past 2 weeks I had to buy new filters. Life will never be the same. A long time ago, Hostess Chips was the major brand in Canada at the time. Had a Mario Bros promo. You got a bingo card in each bag of chips, and every card was a winner. You had to scratch 3 of 9 areas, and if you matched the icons, you won. One of my friends figured out that using a tin can with a tiny hole punched in the bottom and then dropped down onto a 100W light bulb, you could see through the card and find the winning spots to scratch. This spread around town, and a week later there wasn't a single bag of chips to be found anywhere. Sold out all over town. We all had garbage bags of open chips around. I won one grand prize, which was a Super Mario Bros. Game. There was a site where you could upload your own games and make revenue for every time someone visited the page. Turns out just refreshing the page counted as a visit, so I found an auto refresher and left it on 24/7. I made almost $2,000 before they figured out what was happening, and now it only works from different IP addresses. Back when Hollywood Video was around, they would guarantee new releases to be in stock. If they rented out all of their copies in the store, then they would give you a voucher for a free rental. I was in college at the time and would go into the store near my college campus at around 10 p.m. on a Friday night. There was simply no way for them to have any copies left by that time, so I would collect whichever vouchers were available. Rinse, repeat. Cheaper than Redbox. Around Halloween, Peep's website had a code to get 20% off at checkout for any order. It ended up working on all items, including gift cards. So I first bought a $3 gift card, then I used that gift card to buy a $4 gift card, etc., until I got to an $80 gift card. I then bought $80 worth of Peeps with $3. I told one of my friends and he did the same thing, but got his gift card up to $1,600. My friend works for a company where he spends the entire week traveling and staying in hotels, and he can expense any hotel. Because of this, my roommate and I listed our air mattress on Airbnb for $150, and he's the only one that ever stays there. He's only even in town once every couple weeks, but whenever he is, we have a small house party entirely on the company's dime. My college didn't put any dates on our student IDs, no graduation year, no expiration date, nothing. As a result, I kept using it to get student discounts for years after I graduated, mostly the 15% off J.Crew discount.